In the recent weeks and months, when I speak with international professionals who would like to make their career in Germany, I hear one of these questions that is being asked quite often, which is basically, hey, like I hear in the news that Germany has entered into a recession. Is this true? So in this video, what I would try to do is to unpack a bit and make you understand what has actually happened in the last 1 year or so when it comes to the growth of Germany. So while doing my research, I got into one of a really interesting CNBC article, and it's all about the macroeconomics here, right? So let's talk about the macroeconomics first, and then I'll go into the microeconomics so that you will have the understanding of what exactly is happening in Germany, and then based on this, you can make an informed decision. So I myself am not an economist or like a certified economist. So this is just based on the information that I gained in the internet and with regards to the macroeconomics, and then with regards to the microeconomics, this is my personal life, how I'm leading in Germany at the moment. When you hear the news about Germany being in the recession. So when it comes to the macroeconomics, what this article said is that German inflation has ticked up by 3.8% year on year in December 2023 on an harmonized basis. The statistics office said this in the month of January 2024. So it's also the case that the European Central Bank in December 23 opted to hold the rates unchanged when it comes to the interest rates for the loans for the second consecutive time, shifting its inflation outlook from expected to remain high for too long to expectations that it will decline gradually over the course of the next year. So Germany's economy contracted by 0.3% year on year in 2023 as high inflation and firm interest rates bit into growth. It's also the Federal Statistic Office of Germany said this in the month of February. So when we hear all this news, it feels like to us that okay, everything is going south and things are not at all working in Germany. But to be honest, yes, it's on the macro scale. These numbers seems to be bit too much for someone living in Brazil, in India, somewhere in the world, and this might be the situation. And if I were you, I would have also felt like, wow, okay, is it so bad in Germany? And if I was in a situation where I had to make a decision to take my next step, I would have felt like, okay, maybe it's not the right time. So just to give a bit of perspective in this graph, what you can also check out is the comparison between the inflation rates in Germany and Brazil. So as you see in the graph, so like in the year 2019 to 2021, it's more or less the same. But when you see the inflation rates from 2021 until now, it's more or less following the same trend when it comes to Brazil inflation rates. The second graph here, it's the comparison of the inflation rate between India and Germany. Again, here you can see that from 2019 until 2021, the inflation rates for Germany was really low. So it's been always the case that between 0 to 2% is what it used to be all the time. But then after 2021, when the Ukraine war started, then the inflation rate went really high. But also it's very much comparable to Indian inflation rates, right? So at this point in time, even the inflation rate in Germany is lower than the inflation rate in India. So this is just to give you an overview of, okay, that what is happening in Germany is not completely off, so it's very much comparable to other countries, and it's nothing too scary. That's how I feel. So that's what everything about the macroeconomics, I would say. So when it comes to microeconomics, what is happening in the ground reality and what's happening to our lives in Germany, who are living in Germany, so I would say that nothing has drastically changed. So I've been living in Germany since almost a decade now. Yeah, like other countries as well. Yes, the prices are increasing. Yeah, every year they will be increasing the prices, but it's not like our day-to-day lives are affecting a lot or something has changed drastically. That's not at all the reality. So yes, when I talk to Germans living here in Germany, the sentiment is not so positive, I would say. But yeah, also it's something very hard to determine, I would say. So just the public sentiment when it comes to high inflation rates and everything, it is not most positive. But still, also like no one is like, oh wow, okay, the world is gonna end or whatnot. So it's not so negative as well. So again, just to bring it very much down to the numbers, on an average, what I can say is that our monthly expenses has increased about 40 to 50 euros per month per head, like for me and for my wife. So that's the biggest change that has happened in the last 1 to 2 years, I would say. But other than that, nothing crazy has happened when it comes to day-to-day life and how things work in Germany. So for me, the biggest reason for anyone to be considering to come to Germany are better work-life balance, like social security that one can get, a better future for their children, traveling around the Europe, fairness in the system where there is very less or no corruption, and the financial well-being. And also that would be the order that I would put that one should have in their mind to get when they're considering to come to Germany. So if when that being the case, if those are the things that matter for you, then I would say ignore the news. Again, it's just my suggestion. I'm not saying that, okay, this is what you have to do. So based on the facts that I just mentioned, I would say that it's still the right time for you to take this decision of moving to Germany. There are lots and lots of opportunities for you guys. Start exploring, check out if this is something, this country is something which is interesting for you. And still, I would say that there is nothing has been changed. And if you are considering your higher education or like working and living in Germany, then my suggestion would be that you still have to consider it and do your research and get knowledge as much as possible so that you can make your dreams come. So that being said, I hope that this video was interesting for you. If you have any questions or something that you would like to know more, feel free to leave a comment below, and I would more than be happy to check out your comment and answer with sharing my experience so that you can get help from me about your question. If you like the video, just feel free to leave a thumbs up. This really helps me to motivate and do more content for you guys so that you get the first-hand experience and information from someone who has been living in Germany for a decade. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, I wish you guys a great time. Have a good one. Thank you so much. Bye bye.